loves, let's get into detail on how I made this half Bluey, half bingo cake. So I used 6-inch cakes, and on the bottom there is a 1-inch styrofoam piece. I only used that because I wanted the cake to be a little bit taller. All right, so sticking half a piece of fondant is a little bit more tricky than covering the whole thing in fondant because I have to make sure that it is perfectly even in half. The cake has been chilled, so it's easier to cover, and I made sure to go ahead and measure and cut off that half piece. What you see me using here is called a pen blade. It cuts nice and smoothly through fondant. It's actually quite satisfying to cut through as well. On to the other half, the orange side. So placing it on there, I also had to kind of dampen the blue fondant because I wanted the orange to stick to it, and that would make it easier to cut through. I do dip a piece of fondant in cornstarch and I rub it to kind of smooth it out. So I kind of followed along the seam, as you can see there, because I wanted to make sure that they both connect evenly. It's funny because when I posted this on a short, I'm still surprised at how many people don't know that Bluey is a girl. Actually, I'm not surprised because honestly, I didn't know for the first time either. And somebody told me that I should give it a try. I should watch the show. They were like, you think it's for little kids, but it's not. There's a lot of adult-themed conversations or little skits they put in there that's for the adults as well. So I haven't gotten around to trying to watch it, but I will watch it one day. So I'm happy with how they look. Now on to putting it on the cake. So as you can see, I already made the legs. I covered styrofoam with fondant for the legs. I stuck 2 skewers in for each one for stability, and then I tried to put the board on top. There were holes underneath. I just struggled to make it go through all the styrofoam plus the board that was in there. You guys, it was so nerve-wracking holding that top tier, trying to find the holes. It kept wobbling back and forth, and I didn't want to touch the fondant too much so I don't mess it up. So I had to pull it in closer to me, and then I had to squat down so that I can see where those holes were. And then I was finally able to put them in. Oh my God, once it went in, what a relief. But I then realized that the styrofoam feet are not very sturdy. It's actually very wobbly. So while I decorated it, you could see that styrofoam piece in the front and in the back because I wanted to make sure that it holds it in place and not wobble while I decorate. Now you're probably thinking, well, wait a minute, what about when the customer picks it up? So I told them, we're gonna leave that little piece on the bottom through the transportation, through the drive. Once you get it to its destination and you put it on the table, then you can take those styrofoam pieces off and it'll be completely fine. I just wanted it to be okay for the drive, guys. Michigan roads are horrible. Okay, back to the cake. So you saw me put the nose on. The ears are pretty simple. Eyes as well, I just had cut them out of fondant. It was just hard because each side had a different color to it, including the snout. So I wanted to make sure to try to get it as detailed as possible in terms of color. Now, I also didn't want the hands to be too heavy because last time I made them out of fondant and they were way too heavy. So I did use styrofoam rods for that one. When I put them on, I realized they were way too long. So I actually had to take them off, which I didn't show you guys, and cut them down to the right size. It made such a huge difference. I took both of them off and cut them down. So that was kind of frustrating as well. So hold on, you can see them and how they look from the front, way too long. They needed to be cut down definitely. Once I cut them down, I put them back in, and here is the final result. The eyebrows are stuck in with 2 toothpicks. That's how they are elevated off the cake a little bit. And it did make it in one piece using my styrofoam method. I took them out so I can show a picture and a video for you guys. If you want to see it cut, you can check it out on my shorts videos. And thanks for watching, loves. I appreciate you.